My name is Zachary, and I love rattlesnakes. The western diamondback rattlesnake is found in central and southwest North America on dry, rocky, arid plains and bush deserts. They eat mice and rats. They may be gray, yellowish-brown, or reddish-pink, with dark diamonds and black spots. They can live up to 26 years in captivity. Females give birth from 10 to 20 live young, which are actually in eggs that hatch inside her body. They mostly eat small mammals and birds, but will also eat reptiles, fish, and amphibians. They are venomous and use the rattle on their tail to warn predators before striking. I love rattlesnakes. A rattlesnake rattles its tail before striking any mammal or mice or rats. They can be yellowish-brown, reddish-pink, or some other colors. I also like them because how they slither on the floor and their mouth. It is very cool, but one thing I do not like is that how they're so dangerous and venomous.
My name is Shannon, and my favorite animal is the southern white-faced scops owl. Birds are my favorite type of animal, so my favorite animal at the zoo is the southern white-faced owl, or sometimes called the scops owl. They range from Africa in the Ivory Coast, Congo, and Cameroon, and are found in the sub-Saharan or dry woodland forest. They are listed on the IUCN Red List as a least concern animal. The owl is one of the smallest in the world and only reaches 7 to 10 inches long. They can live to be over 30 years old. During mating season, the female can lay 1 to 2 clutches a year with 2 to 3 eggs. They have 2 amazing defenses to protect themselves. In the first defense, they spread their wings behind their back in a half-moon shape, puff out their feathers, open their eyes wide, and try to intimidate a predator. In the second defense, they get as thin as possible, narrow their eyes, cover their faces with their wings, and try to camouflage with a branch or a tree. In the wild, these animals eat insects, birds, and small mammals such as bats and mice. The owls are my favorite animal because they are colorful and they're just very interesting, and I really like birds in general. I kind of became accustomed to birds because a lot of my dad's girlfriends have birds, and I used to feed her birds, so I kind of just grew to like birds.
My name is Ryan, and I love the North American river otters. My favorite animal is the North American river otter. These mammals are semi-aquatic with long, streamed body, tapered tails, and short legs. Their whiskers are long and thick, help them sense prey in the murky water. Their fur is brown and black. Their light-colored belly camouflages them from sky predators and prey. It is dense, oily, and soft, and keeps them warm in cold water. The feet have claws and are completely webbed, helping them swim and dig. In the wild, they will live 8 to 9 years. The river otter has great adaptations for living in the water. Underwater, their ears and nose close to keep water out, and their eyes have clear membranes to let them see underwater. They can stay underwater for about up to 10 minutes in the wild. They eat aquatic organisms like amphibians, fish, mollusks, and other invertebrates, and will occasionally eat birds, their eggs, and small terrestrial mammals. The thing I like about The river otters is because they have like soft fur. They're very playful around anything. They'll nudge up against the glass if they know you're there. They'll try and play with you if you can't get in the tank. So they're very fond of humans. They're not like some animals where they'll go and hide when they see someone. They'll do a show for you. I think that's mostly what I like about them.
Hi, my name is Maeve, and my favorite animal is the Diamondback Terrapin. One really cool member of the turtle and tortoise family is the Diamondback Terrapin. They are found along the east coast of the United States, living in brackish waters of coastal salt marshes. Over a century ago, the Diamondback Terrapin almost went extinct due to a popular trend of turtle meat. Another reason for the decline is crab trap boxes. In the wild, they live 25 to 40 years. Like all members of the Staten family, they lay their eggs on land. Usually, only 1 to 3% of eggs will hatch, and very few survive until adulthood. Adults eat snails, other mollusks, crustaceans, fish, and sometimes carrion and grasses. Terrapins are the #1 predators of periwinkle snail, which can eat grasses and cause destruction to salt marshes. Like many marine reptiles, excess salt is excreted through glands in their eyes. Over the winter months, they will bury themselves in the mud and hibernate. At the zoo, you find the terrapin in our brackish water exhibit in the aquarium. I like this terrapin because it's neither a turtle or a tortoise. The exhibit with the terrapin is very cool, with decorations and other types of species of fish that live in brackish water.
My name is Jenna, and my favorite animal is the red fox. Red foxes are found all over the northern hemisphere in all different habitats like forests, tundra, deserts, and woodlands, but can also survive very well in suburbs and cities. They are opportunistic feeders, eating anything from fruits to grasses to small mammals and invertebrates. They mate from January to March, and both the male and female give parental care to their young. Litters can be 1 to 10 kits or baby foxes. The male will bring the female food while she cares for the kits. They initially feed the kits regurgitated food and then eventually bring the live food back to the den so that the kits can practice their hunting skills. This fox is usually rusty red with a white underbelly. Their strong legs let them reach speeds of up to 45 miles an hour. Foxes are very curious and playful, but cannot be kept as pets. I like the red fox because of the colors, and I like the one here at the zoo because he has pied coloration. He's basically white, and then he has the red spots on top of him. And he's very playful. He plays with us through the glass. He runs back and forth, and we run with him. He came from an owner who domesticated him, and he was brought here to the zoo because the man couldn't take care of him. You shouldn't have a red fox as a pet because they make very loud noises, and usually they sleep during the day, so they'll stay calm during the day, and they'll be very active at night.
My name is Zakari, and my favorite animal is the emu. My favorite bird is the emu. These birds can grow up to 6.5 feet tall and weigh up to 110 pounds. Emus come from Australia. They are covered with shaggy gray feathers except for the neck and head, which are bluish black. The neck and legs are powerful. They have 3 forward-facing toes and tiny wings, which are not used for flying. During mating season, the females will have black feathers on the back of her neck. The chicks are striped with black, bronze, and cream in order to blend in easily into the tall grass. The female will lay a clutch of 6 to 20 dark green blue eggs in a hollow in the ground. In the wild, their average lifespan is 5 to 10 years. My favorite animal is the emu. I like them because they can run very fast and they're very colorful. They have long legs and 3 toes like a dinosaur.
My name is Hagen, and my favorite animal is the red kangaroo. The red kangaroo is the largest kangaroo and can reach 6 feet tall. They have powerful hind legs and large feet, and a large muscular tail to keep balance. They can leap a distance of 30 feet and the height of 10 feet. Reaching speeds up to 40 miles per hour, the kangaroo is a herbivore, eats plants and grasses, and is endemic to Australia. Like many Australian animals, they are marsupials. After birth, the newborn, which is born hairless, blind, and under an inch, crawls into the pouch where it continues to develop. The joey or baby kangaroo stays in the pouch and feeds off the mother's milk. The female's pouch produces 2 different types of milk, one for newborns and one for older joeys. What I really like about them is how they jump up so high and how the powerfulest thing on their body are their legs. And I like how they that they're herbivores and don't eat meat. They only eat grass. That's what I really like, and my name's Hagen.
My name is Fallon, and my favorite animal is the Chinese alligator. Chinese alligators can be found in rivers, streams, swamps, ponds, rice fields, and shelters and self-dug burrows. The Chinese alligator does very well in captivity, but unfortunately, it is estimated that less than 150 animals remain in the wild. They have dark olive and black in color with a blunt, upturned snout. They can live in captivity for 70 years and to their 40s in the wild. During mating season, the female contracts a nest of rooting vegetation and lays 10 to 40 eggs in July. The female remains nearby and protects the eggs while they incubate with warmth from the rooting vegetation. Eggs that are cooler in temperature will develop into females. The eggs that are warmer will develop into males. A Chinese alligator's diet in the wild is snails, clams, and other mollusks. But they also eat fish, frogs, turtles, small mammals, and waterfowl. Alligators have a third eyelid that is clear so that they can see underwater. I like the Chinese alligator because it's death roll. A death roll is when an alligator grabs his food, but to rip it so that it can actually eat it, it rolls in circles so that it can rip up the food so it doesn't choke.
I'm Maeve, and I love the Amur leopards. The Amur leopard is found in eastern Siberia and it has much longer fur than the leopards you will find in the African plains. They are highly endangered because of hunting and habitat destruction. Sadly, there are about 30 of them left in the wild and only 200 in captivity. In the wild, they can live for 10 to 15 years. In captivity, they have been known to live 23 years. A female who gives birth every spring may have 1 to 6 cubs in each litter. The cubs are blind at birth and won't leave their mother for about 18 to 24 months. Amur leopards are part of a species survival plan, which monitors their breeding and genetics in order to ensure the survival of their species. I think they're just awesome. Hi, my name is Jessica. I'm a volunteer here at Zoofari Camp, and for my documentary, I did an axolotl. I love them. The axolotl is only found in central Mexico and is native to only 2 lakes, which contains brackish water with a lot of vegetation. They are considered critically endangered due to habitat loss, pet trade, being used as a food source, disease, spread of invasive species, and poor water quality. They are, in fact, a top predator in their native environment. They are very important in structuring community dynamics. They are part of the same family as the tiger salamander. The axolotl never changes from its larval stage characteristics. It is slimy, long, and can be 13 centimeters in length with short legs, 4 fingers on its front legs, and 5 fingers on its back. In the wild, the axolotl is dark, like the 2 here at Staten Island Zoo, but it can be albino when bred in captivity. They live in the water its entire life. It never develops lungs. Instead, it develops branch-like gills with feathery filaments on the side of its head, which increases surface area for gas exchange. It is unknown how long they live for in the wild, but in captivity, axolotls live generally for 5 to 6 years, but can live for 15. The females can lay up to 400 eggs, which are covered in mucus, stick to rocks and vegetation. In the wild, young axolotls eat algae and invertebrates, while adults eat aquatic invertebrates with some fish. If its habitat dries up, the axolotl can metamorphose into a fully adult Mexican salamander. They also have the ability to regrow skin tissues and sometimes limbs. 2 of these awesome and bizarre creatures can be found in the reptile wing here at Staten Island Zoo. I love them because they seem so alien. Everything else, all the animals we know, they seem so different from everything else, and that's why I love them so much. Also, when you take pictures, it looks like they're smiling, so that's also cool.